Hello and welcome to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. There is plenty that I can say about this game, but I will save that for later. For now, let's just make a start.
Miss Bateman, welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time. Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it? You mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
Dearest Mother, I hope this letter will reach you. I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience. I will endeavour to explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder. The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors. No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
And here we have a short tutorial on how to play the game. The game is fairly simplistic. It's pretty much your standard point and click adventure game controls. Right click is look at things, and left click is interact with things, and also walk. So, welcome to the village of Bewley. And Bewley is not a real place. The closest we probably have is Bewley Street in York. I believe this village is set somewhere up north. I'm not sure exactly where it's meant to be set. I think in Yorkshire. There is a couple of things that Bewley could be named after. There is a song by David Bowie called the Bewley Brothers. And there was also a company called House of Bewley who specialised in pipes, and they had a tobacconist shop in Northampton, which is quite far away from Yorkshire. Not too far away from me though. Anyway, let's have a look around and see what we can discover.
Bewley. I have great expectations for this Barrow. If I take the sign, how would the trains know where to stop?
I'm pretty certain that they would know. I mean, there are signal boxes and things, am I right? And plus they'd actually see the station itself.
A path stretches off across the moor. I ought to read Mr. Shoulder's letter again. I can't recall the name of our meeting place.
I will read the letter momentarily, but before I do, there are a few more things that we can poke around with.
The post looks unattended. Hello there. A door of fine construction. Hello. The tracks look quite untarnished. I don't think many trains come through here. My mother always told me not to walk on railway tracks.
This is not the end of the line, so I'm sure trains would pass through, unless this is a really remote place. I don't think there's much more we can actually look at here, so let's check out our inventory.
I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me. A gift from my mother. It bears my initials, TB.
I'm not going to read all of this out. I will keep each page up on screen for approximately 30 seconds. Feel free to pause. Oh, hi there. So we need to meet Mr. Shoulder at the Plough and Furrow Inn at 8 o'clock tonight.
I must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn.
I just said that. Now, it may come as a shock to you, but we are here to excavate a barrow, namely Hob's Barrow. Now, a hob is another name for, or a shortened name for a hobgoblin. So in some cultures, you can also refer to it as an elf as well. And a barrow is, well, it's a burial mound or a tumulus. And you can find barrows or burial mounds throughout the whole world in various guises, shapes, forms. In England, barrows were generally in use between 2900 BC and the 7th century AD. And barrows have been in use in more recent times, but you can find them pretty much throughout the whole of England. And a barrow is basically a mound of earth and stones raised over a grave or possibly graves. So, enough with the history lesson, let's move on.
I swear she was not standing there a moment ago. Excuse me?
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plough and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Ah, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much. What can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
She was very helpful. We are done here, so let's move on.
What brings you to Bewley?
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Bewley, miss?
None of your damn business. But we have nothing to hide. What could go wrong?
I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hob's Barrow.
Hob's Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all. I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
That was odd.
Slightly, yes. I love the rain effect in this game.
The path disappears over a small rise. The old woman told me to go straight ahead to get to the inn. I'll have time to explore tomorrow. A humble dwelling. A humble dwelling. The old woman told me to go straight ahead to get to the inn. I'll have time to explore tomorrow.
Alright, I get the message. Well, that was rude. I do love the visuals in this game. They've done a good job with all the artwork.
The anvil looks heavy. Beating raw metal into a fine object is an admirable skill.
I have to say, I enjoy pretty much everything about this game. The music, the characters, the art. Anyway, enough gushing, let's carry on.
This appears to be the forge of a local blacksmith. The blacksmith looks closed. A finely made horseshoe. The blacksmith must also be a farrier. The horseshoe is nailed firmly to the wall.
I thought that a horseshoe that was upside down means bad luck. Well, that's if you're superstitious.
A simple broom. I didn't come to Bewley to sweep their streets. The bucket has seen better days. The bucket is rusty and full of holes.
Just like me.
Perhaps this belongs to a merchant. This must belong to someone. I should leave it alone.
There is an exit just here, but we can't explore just yet.
A local dwelling. I don't wish to disturb the locals.
Then why are you here?
A local cobbler. The cobbler's is closed.
Well, that's cobblers.
The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's. I can't take the sign, nor do I want to. Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care. The cross denotes this as the site of a market, or perhaps a site of traditional religious significance. The building is in a dilapidated state. The door has been boarded up. The building looks like a ruin.
There is also another exit right here.
Quite a fine building indeed. I don't wish to disturb the locals. A small plaque beside the door reads Vicarage. The Plough and Furrow Inn. The inn where I am to meet Mr. Shoulder. The sign is well out of reach. The window box is well out of reach. To plough and furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room. The man looks thoroughly inebriated.
Hello there. What's a young lady doing out alone in this sodden weather?
I'd like to ask all three, but let's stick to the top one.
I'm heading to the Plough and Furrow.
bloody good pub, that. It has the finest ales in the whole county. Oh, I'll take you there if you like.
I believe we are standing directly in front of it.
Oh, so we are. Please,
Yes.
give us a kiss now, won't you?
I'd rather not.
How dare you?
Wench!
What a buffoon. I should speak to the innkeeper about a room.
I will, but before I do, I may as well take a look around.
A cold draft is leaking through the door. I'd like to change into something more comfortable before going outside again.
Like what? A gorilla costume? Although I don't think that would fit inside of this small bag.
It's a crudely painted scene that appears to be of a biblical nature. I don't want to take the painting with me. A decorative plate. This one depicts a cat. I don't wish to take it. A decorative plate depicting a serpent. A decorative plate. This one depicts a bull. A decorative plate depicting an eagle. A decorative plate. This one depicts a dog. A decorative plate depicting a bear. The prices are cheap here. I'm not hungry at the moment. A fine exemplar of inebriation. Good day, sir. A rather miserable-looking fellow. He's playing a board game by himself. I think it's Three Men's Morris. Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
Charming.
That was a bit ominous. Maybe he just does not like outsiders.
This door must lead to the guest rooms.
Excuse me, lass. Upstairs is for paying lodgers only.
My apologies. The painting depicts a rocky-edged lake. A small bronze plate states the name Lake Cubilius. A pixie-faced peasant boy, painted in a naive style. They are engaged in an intense discussion. Hello, sir.
We are in the middle of a discussion here.
Sorry to interrupt. Hello, miss.
What you want? Bugger off.
A majestic animal, cut down in his prime. The poor thing. The crackling fireplace is more welcoming than the facial expressions of the locals. A lovely place to warm oneself. This painting shows a Rubenesque figure brushing her hair. Quite unusual to see such a sensual work in a room like this. A colourful work depicting a bashful knight. It is signed N. Hamley. A biblical scene of some kind. An angel is depicted looking longingly to the heavens. A dreadful smell is emanating from the WC. I do not need to use the lavatory.
Maybe later.
The innkeeper is a serious-looking man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
Dinner and tea. Now, up north, tea can also mean dinner. Well, tea can also mean dinner in quite a few places throughout England and Scotland. But I'm going to assume that he means cups of tea.
This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Miss Bateman. How can I help you?
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. Bye for now.
As you were.
Alright, we are done here. Let's go and get refreshed.